so I'll start over. I would like to ask the board's permission to investigate the possibility of implementing some ideas for improvement of the local areas of the community as a whole, and I would like to present some of those ideas after doing research on my personal time at the next board meeting in March. And just to give you some of those ideas, which I would want to work closely with Corey on, but doing stuff like fundraisers that are sponsored by local businesses, including our neighbors, to improve some of the areas like around Stapleton Road for portions that we own. Just because right now, if you go down Stapleton Road, Brady Ranch has this really nice looking side, and then our side, portions of it aren't up to what I would personally like. So I just want to see what the cost of that would be, how we can figure out a way for that. And then a major portion, which I want to talk to Corey about, I know Parks and Rec is looking into stuff, but we're talking about the sports that are coming up. And I had the privilege of having my kids in the sports last summer, and as fun as it was for some of those parents, especially as we're getting older, it's not so fun sitting on some of those grassy areas. So I want to look into if there's a way that we can get some benches out there that would be more comfortable, some shade cover, stuff like that, but in a way where it wouldn't cost the district anything, but getting sponsorships from businesses and stuff like that. And then just I have quite a few ideas, but I would like to have the time to investigate and see how we can do it without it occurring a cost to the community.
And even when you do it, I don't know if we need to give you permission to do it or not, but when you do it, we're going to also, for people to volunteer, we might have residents like help.
That was one other thing is just because we're having a lot of new residents come in Woodmen Hills Metro District, kind of, it's a huge portion. But we really need to see if we can find volunteers for the different sections as local committees, which would be volunteers, obviously, but just a way where we can get to know our neighbors more and say welcome to the neighborhood and stuff like that. So these are all things I want to look into. I gotta use Corey.
Yeah, now you have to what Corey has to say, but well, that's what the community.
So I gotta harass you.
That is it, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, so we got the public comments still, so I'll get this up ready and you can still, okay?
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Chair, I don't know that I have anything to add other than the rules of conduct that I stated at the beginning of the meeting. 3 minutes to state your name and address. This can be on any topic. The board will not necessarily respond to a comment, but will take note of your comment. And we request that the
Mine will be a lot shorter than the last one. It shouldn't go over 3 minutes.
Hold on, so we ain't ready yet, hold on. I think we're ready.
Well, I'm already standing up, so.
Well, you can just stand a lot,
That's a
if you don't
bonus.
mind. Okay, let me go this list again. John, good morning, we've already stated as we told you. Bridget Warner. Okay. Warren, I'm sorry.
Correct.
Ron Pace is in the back, I think.
In the house.
Steve Smith. Neva Harold. Troy Stinson. Jeremy Myers.
Yep.
Okay. Sir. No, okay. Not forget anybody? Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, Jonathan. Yeah, if you go, please state your name and address.
Jonathan Martin, 8235 Del Rio Road. I and others feel a little misled about the cost to renovate Rec Center East. We had been told that it would cost $500,000 for the renovation. Jan said on next door that it's going to cost almost $600,000 just to do the locker rooms, showers, and the entry area, and must wait until the sewer plant is complete. This week there was a simple poll on next door. How often do you or your family use the rec centers per month? Out of 178 participants, 60% said never. Last last year we had a little over 20,000 visits to the rec center. Is that close? Let's say we have 2,500 rooftops paying for the rec center, with an average of 3 people per rooftop. Then say the rec centers were open only 30 or 350 days per year. If every person used the rec center once per day, that would be a little over 2.6 million visits per year. With 60% saying they don't use the rec centers, and that many possible visits to the rec centers, is renovating the entry area and locker rooms really going to bring that many more people in? Maybe that is where the engineers say we must start, but why not start with cardio and weight room? So here's a question, Josh. What is it going to cost to do all the renovations on Rec Center East? When is the board going to hire a park and rec director? I guess a better way to ask is, why isn't Corey the park and rec director? She has more experience and knowledge in her little pinky on how to make a rec center successful than Jan could gain in an entire lifetime. Isn't it time for Jan to step aside and let Corey do her job? Everyone that works for Woodmen Hills is a director.
Stop attacking my wife.
I'm not
All right?
attacking, I'm doing
You're
exactly-
attacking her. Do you want us to take the rec centers and bulldoze them down because only 165 people said, is that what you want?
Wow.
Well, tell me.
Where's my time match? I was
You
at
know,
I saw you had 50 seconds.
I'm just tired of this,
Okay,
okay?
well,
Then
you
quit.
can be tired of it.
Yeah.
That's fine. This is my 3 minutes.
wife's the
You're
catalyst
We're not
for
taking
You're
it away from
interrupting me.
Go ahead.
No, actually, I did. I wanted to tell you there's no need to attack anybody.
I'm not attacking. Did anybody feel that was attack?
Actually, it was facts. It was
Nobody in the room here feels that.
I'm talking to you. You are attacking.
I'm not attacking.
Yeah, you are.
You're insulting, and if you guys can't see that.
Did you guys feel that way?
Yeah, actually, some of us did.
So-
That's an opinion.
Okay, well, I'm not done yet, so give me my minute
I'm
back.
sorry.
You don't get 2 seconds. You're gonna get that up. Please stop attacking anybody. Please attack anybody.
I just want to make something very clear. We're willing to listen.
Okay,
So, but all
but you're
we
not
ask,
willing to give us anything, so.
all I'm asking is that you do it respectfully. That's all we're asking for. So the clapping, please just finish what you need to say, and then we'll continue.
It's not negative, it means
I understand, I understand. I'm just saying, can we just wait until the end? That's all I'm asking, out of respect. Go ahead.
Okay, you think you have 2 seconds.
Okay, everyone that works for Woodmen Hills is a direct representative of this board, whether they are paid hourly, salary, or even if they are an unpaid liaison. So, when Jan posted on Nextdoor, quote, "Fear the future of Woodmen Hills if you elect someone who has no idea of what is going on." End quote. Is this the board telling the good people of this community wanting to run for a board seat that they are not smart enough, compassionate enough, unable to figure out what is going on? That the current board members are the only ones that are capable of doing the job? That comment was a slap in the face to everyone in this community. And my last thing is, Josh, I don't understand why you disrespect the flag every time we do
Your time is up. Your time is up.
and
Thank
you
you.
don't put your hand over your heart.
Next, Bridget Warner. Hold up, Bridget, 1 second.
Postings on Nextdoor neighborhood is not anything that this board has approved, agreed upon, or told people to do. So what they do on that Nextdoor neighborhood is citizens, not politicians.
She is a
She is a private citizen.
Hold up, excuse me. He's telling he's not looking for a diamond, okay?
Well, then don't tell me like this. This is
No, he's not a diamond.
And move on to the next speaker.
Go ahead.
You're saying to go to the next speaker.
Okay. Okay.
You gotta let
Bridget, you're up.
I don't have to do anything.
Hold up, go ahead.
okay.
But, oh, yeah, I take it in.
Bridget Warren, 11917 Lynchburg. Just had a few questions on how you guys spend your money. many different offers do you get, or do you just go down and pick out a truck?
Yeah, we're not gonna answer, go ahead.
Also, water treatment plant, is it on time now? Is everything going good, so we don't have to pay any more fines?
I'm present, go ahead with your question. Go ahead.
Can I ask
Oh, I was just, sorry.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, you can ask your questions, and then if we have the answers, we'll respond to you. If we don't have them,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Sorry. Okay, you guys, are the water treatment plant on time now, so we don't have to pay any more fines? Good. And that's about it.
So we okay, we stop?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Can I answer one question? The water, the fines were not for the water treatment plant. They were for an outdated treatment system that was outlawed and fined because we hadn't done it before 2016.
So you didn't build a new water treatment plant, so you got fined for the whole water treatment?
The lagoon system.
Okay.
Bridget, I don't know. Can you answer other questions about how to buy trucks, or not, like, need information in your answer?
Oh, that's okay, don't worry about it, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, sorry. You were talking water treatment plant, I thought I would ask you a question, but I'm
So if
sorry.
you will, before you make sure we'll get your information. to you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Ron Pace.
Me.
Well, let me say before you come, if we feel you're attacking anybody in the district, we will stop the time, okay?
Do whatever you
Just so
want.
you know.
Do whatever you want.
Please state your name and address.
Ronald Pace, 12058 River Seeker Road, Peyton, Colorado, 80831, start the clear. This is a letter from Woodmen Hills. We've gone over this before. I'm going to make it clear again. Okay? Woodmen Hills recently revised our liability waiver that if you can request, haven't done so, contact anybody. The requirement is mandated by our insurance company, which is a document I was not given by this district, which is a simple form. Real easy to do, right? Because in the form that someone sent me was our insurance company. This statement is materially false. Okay, it's real simple. It wasn't mandated by our insurance carrier because I looked at the insurance policy. Okay? Now, let's go to this one. It's an oldie but a goodie. January 23rd. Park and Rec consultant. Motion to hire a park and rec consultant to assist with the remodel and work with the district, and it was all approved by all of you. Hired. Okay? Now, let's get on to something that I was hoping to witness in my lifetime, which was a board member telling someone not to do something. Let me make this clear. Our 3 minutes are our 3 minutes. And they're protected by the Constitution. And if Abby's got a problem with it, then go down to the courtroom, it's right down there, and file any injunction you want against anybody in this building and anybody out there, the 2,652 people that live here, and pay for the privilege of being here. Don't tell somebody what they can't say. The reason why people are attacking your wife, which is sometimes inappropriate, Mr. Pittsy, I agree, but she puts herself in for it. Okay, that's the problem. And when you go out there and you attack people and do things and malign yourself with developers and people who are paying for attack flyers or buying our elections, we have a right to say so. Is some of the comments inappropriate, Mr. Pittsy? You're absolutely right, they probably are. But it's an attention getter, isn't it? And you have a right to be angry. I got no bone with that. I do too. Maybe now you know how I feel when I got to explain that to my children for the last 8 years when they go out to a mailbox and see one of those attack flyers calling their dad everything but a saint. You want to know what mad is? I'll show you what mad is. I can get mad. I don't get mad for a reason. You know why I don't get mad? Because there's no sense doing it. Thank you. There's no sense doing it. Okay? There is a problem here. Everybody in the room is now becoming very well and familiarized with what's going on. Comments on Nextdoor are not about we and us. They are under the word I. I did this and I did that. I have them right here. You can have them. The person making those statements were making statements about herself. So we won't use the name, okay? But it's very disingenuous to be doing something that we know is happening. To Mrs. Corey Gabadella's, I hope I got your name, Gabadella's credit, she does have a lot of experience, and someone's asked me to back off her because they came to me knowing her for the last 20 years and said, look, she knows what she's doing, and her hands are tied. I do believe that. I also believe that some of the staff in this district also have their hands tied. I damn well know that.
Stop time.
Now, hold on,
There are children in here, and that kind of language.
I didn't say any F words. Sorry, children. All right, so
Okay.
that's where we're at. I'm sorry, what did I have? What, 20
You got
seconds?
20 seconds.
I don't want to take all the time. That's where we're at.
You got 10 seconds.
Can you just, yeah, so that's where we're at, thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this. This election is about a referendum of taking this district back from the people or person who thinks they can run the show. Done.
Yeah.
I am gonna speak.
You want to speak?
Yeah.
Let me put you up here.
No. I have to say something because I've been in your guys' seats. I've been in this community as long as some of you. And it's frustrating to me, and this is just my opinion, so please take it as you are.
Speaking.
Gina speaking.
Don't tell Abby I'm speaking.
Speaking with you.
You have to understand, I understand your guys' frustrations. What I don't understand, and maybe it's just because of what I've had to go through with years with my career, and some of you can see the same thing. What is posted on a social media, I see what happens. Something gets posted and it's just this domino effect, and it's wrong information or it's information that's taken out of context. You cannot put something that one person or several persons said onto the whole entire board. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. That's what's happening. I'm gonna come back to me. I've only been on this board for a very short period of time. I've been attacked on Nextdoor. I've been attacked on Facebook. I've been attacked on several social medias. And I know a lot of you here, except for a few, don't know me. They just know that I'm on the board. So automatically, I must be corrupt. I must not have the community interest in mind. Yet you, if you truly knew me, you would know that I do have the community in mind. I have 5 children that are growing up here. This community means a lot to me. I'm not planning on moving. I want to make sure that this community is a great place to live. I'm willing to listen to you guys. We're all willing to listen to you guys. But you have to understand, if you were sitting up here in every single meeting, you're being attacked in some form or some way. My name might not be mentioned, but when you say Woodmen Hills Board Committee is corrupt, I'm a part of that. You are attacking me. So please understand, when you guys come up here and you say some of these things, we're human. Please be respectful, and we'll be respectful back to you guys. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you. Okay, just a reminder, when you guys come up here like you did, Bridget, yeah, we're writing questions, we have to make sure you give us any information so we can answer it.
Okay.
So when, Steve, when you come up to speak, ask a question, we're not stopping you.
Oh, okay, great.
If you have a question, we're writing it down, just don't stop your time, we'll answer it at the end if we can, or we can. Okay, next is, Steve Schmidt. There you go. Say your name and address, please, and start.
Yeah, I'm Steve Schmidt, 12262 Central Road. New to the area, never been in an HOA. Obviously, we're paying for a rec center, you know.
Tom, this is not an HOA.
Oh, I'm sorry, well, I'm paying for the rec center, you know, in my HOA. But anyways, I'm paying for a rec center. I was kind of curious as to why there's 2 rec centers when they should, you know, like Meridian Ranch, they have 1 rec center for their development. We have 2 here, you're paying for the cost of two centers, and people aren't using them. Update the one on East that has a nice pool that people are gonna use. Save your money on the insurance, save your money on the upgrade and costs and stuff like that, instead of putting all the money in two facilities. I think more people would use the facility that aren't using it now, and they wouldn't even complain about having to pay for it in their water bill.
Hi, I'm Gary.
That's all you had?
That was good.
Okay, I got your name, but I'm curious, I'm gonna ask you. You'll answer?
President of the
We got it, we got it. Just make sure we get it. Okay. Levi Harold. Okay, just say your name and address and start.
Neva Harold, 11425 Nature Grove. Nature Grove is in the village of Falcon, which is right around the corner on Woodman, next to Mountain Electric. And recently I read your statement that was put out with you guys endorsing the Meridian Marketplace, including King Supers. I do not support that because